Well, Amy says when I do something, I always go too big. Well, this is almost too big. This is almost too big. We're having a party a couple of weeks from now. We're having a party, and it's a Viking party, but I decided we were going to have a bow contest, we were going to have an axe throwing contest, and we were going to have a trebuchet throwing contest. Now, what is a trebuchet? Well, you know what well, look it up on the internet and it'll tell you real quick, but you know what a catapult is. It's like a big spoon that just ejects whatever object that's in it. A trebuchet is like that, except it's got a slingshot like David and Goliath. It's got a slingshot on the end of it, so when it swings, it flings it around, and whatever is in it goes flying. We'll don't know if we're going to throw a pumpkin or not. Maybe. But Amy thinks that this one that I just welded together might be too big.
How can you see the top? There it is.
She thinks it's too big. I don't know.
You're such a goober.
I think it might be fun.
I think it's too big.
I don't know. Hey, if you're gonna go big, right?
Go big or go home? We are home.
Yeah, I'm not right sure how this is gonna work, but this is the beginning of it. I already got another one built that's laying on the ground there. This is part one of, that's part two. Well, that's part one and this is part two, or these are part one and I'm gonna build part two, or, well, if you follow along, you'll see how crazy I get. And don't look at how uneven this is.
I noticed that.
This post was bent when I made the cuts on those.
Sure.
But it doesn't matter. I guarantee you're not gonna break it. I just spent 2 days welding, 2 evenings welding, because you know, I gotta work too. This is the fun part of work maybe. But anyway, we'll see what happens from here. Later. See, when you're short, that's what a 9-foot trebuchet kind of looks like. Here, Amy, stand up.
I am.
Okay, so this is a trebuchet arm, and this is actually a little over 10 feet that you just get at the box store. And what you want to do is you want to put a hole right here. You can see, and you can see what I've done on here to show dimension there. But and that's in another video. So you want to go 2 feet here to every 1 foot here. So that is how I've split this board up. That will be the throwing arm, and this will be the ballast arm. All right. Now, the hole I drilled was for this pipe here. So I had this line around, this will swivel right in there. All right. Okay, so this is going to be the pocket or the sling area where you're going to put stuff. And I just happen to have, it's kind of like a half width of a seat belt kind of material. I've had it for many years rolled up. I've been using it for all kinds of things. What's really unique about this though is I got this actually a throwaway from the company I used to work at. These have these little pockets in them, you know, every so many inches. I don't remember what it was used for. So what I did is I cut these and slid these inside, these long ones, inside of these, and it makes like a perfect pocket. And then it's some leather that I use that I actually have a roll of it that I'd gotten real cheap, and it's a really nice leather. But I cut a slot here and there and same here, and this is going to sit right inside there, and this is the back side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some grommets, and I put a grommet hole here on those 4 corners, Then I'll also put a grommet hole on these ends, and these ends here. This is what I'm going to do it on. And then I'll cut off these right here and here, because I mean you don't need that. And then I'll show you how this is going to work. It's going to work out pretty good, I think. But all right, here I go. All right, I don't know if you guys have ever gotten a brass grommet kit, but it comes with your crimper and your cutter. And your cutter, if I can find a focus there, the cutter has a slight edge, a beveled edge to it. It's pretty sharp. And what you do is I'm going to hammer that right here, there, and there, and create the hole. And then obviously you want piece of wood underneath it, so you don't damage that. So that's what I'm going to do right now, and I'll be right back. Okay, I started off with that. Yeah, I really had to hammer on it to get through this stuff. This is that seatbelt material stuff is really, really hard. But you'll see how this is all set. Now, what I'll do is I'll put this on the bottom. This will go on there like this. Then, oops, this will go on here like that. Then that on top of that, and then you hit that and you slam it down, and it spreads it out and fastens around that. Also remember, on your holes, these are all pretty much squared with each other kind of thing. These are exactly the distance, same distance, and these are the same distance. Now, the holes that I'm going to put in here need to be the same distance from there as to there. So when I pull these two together with the rope, with a cinch, it actually is going to be an even. Otherwise, you will have one pulling tighter than the other, and your slingshot piece of the trebuchet is going to be off kilter, and it's going to be going all over the place. So just thought I'd give you a heads up on that. Okay, here it is. Trebuchet. I'm going to throw me a bottle of water. Let's see, I've got 80 pounds on there. I think I didn't have enough on there last time I shot it. But let's see how this goes. It's hard to tell. Here we go. I'm gonna try it again. Maybe I'll follow it this time. Man, that went way out there. Alright, this is our new toy. I mean trebuchet. This is for our party we're having here at the house. It's a Viking party. And this is in a medieval catapult. So
Squeaky. How many pounds do you have on it?
Huh?
How many pounds do you have on it? 80 pounds? Yeah. Of, I guess that would be called counterweight, huh?
Yeah. That'd be flung in weight. Look at her, she's sitting way back there.
She being
The dog.
the dog.
She was up here. Now if you want to come up here while I'm setting up so they can see. Come on up here. I'll show you how it sets up. Alright. See, there's a string that comes through that loop. And there's a pin there. And that pin, when you pull this thing comes flying up. This hooks on a nail down here that is a diagonal, cut at an angle right here, and that'll be the release when this gets to its full
Peak.
Yeah. Oh. And then this is the basket. And when you're loading it, you got to remember not to load it crosswise like this, but to load it like this. Because otherwise it
Is that
will,
the voice of experience?
that's the voice of the creator. So then you set this down tight, or it's tight like that, and we're ready to ricochet. The Trebuchet.
Or trebuchet? Wait a minute. I want to get a ways away from it. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of watch the trajectory.
Go real high, so you want to get the full trajectory. Here we go. I'm not going to do the 1, 2, 3 because I think that's kind of silly.
I don't know where it landed for sure.
I'll go get it. You want to
Okay.